So to dig into the tiny habits, we have to think about the anatomy of tiny habits or the anatomy of a habit. And so BJ Fogg talks about this a lot, but there's an anchor, then the new behavior, and then the celebration. And if you follow those steps, you can slowly start to make the new changes in your tiny habit. So what is an anchor? An anchor is what triggers a particular behavior. That means like if I have an existing routine of brushing my teeth, what leads me to brushing my teeth? Is it, winding down at bedtime at night, going to the bathroom after I eat breakfast? Like what's the trigger that gives that routine? And then what's the new behavior? Let's say you want to pick up flossing. What would a tiny habit of flossing look like? Maybe it's putting the floss next to the toothbrush and doing one tooth. I know that sounds crazy, but what if you just did one tooth a day and you slowly build a habit of flossing, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I'll do more teeth. I'm already flossing. And then all of a sudden you built in a habit of flossing. And so what is that new behavior? And then most importantly, the celebration. Oftentimes we accomplish many things within our days, sometimes massive projects, and we fail to celebrate because we're don't want to ever like celebrate ourselves. Maybe it's a ego thing, or we don't want to talk about it, or we're always fixated on the next project, right? Got that done. Now I need to get this done. And we're just in a moving, busy society. But you should pause and celebrate those wins, especially for tiny habits. So even if it's that one tooth, just pause and say, hey, I flossed today, and just say it out loud. And so how can you go through the anatomy of a behavior and figure out what the trigger is, what the new behavior you want to do, tiny, and then how to verbally and or physically celebrate, maybe jump up and down, whatever the expression is to you. And so that's the anatomy of a behavior. And we're going to jump more into tiny habits and what does the model and method around the behaviors and why we all follow that, no matter where you are, who you are, your personality. There's a little bit of a rhythm and a method and a design to the madness behind that. So we're going to dig into that next.